Okay, so this is an open debate about reparation.
Okay, I feel like it's wrong because these people was beat and they had their babies taken from them and like they were separated from their families and in the hot sun for hours, and they think just giving them some money years later after all that torture they done went through just gonna make them feel better and make up for all it. No, it's not right.
Think about it. They were slaves at one point. That means they had nothing, and then they was freed. That means they still didn't have nothing. So when they're given this money or whatever kind of compensation they was given, don't you feel that that's going to help them get on their feet to becoming civilized people and citizens of the country?
Oh yeah, so they applied to be slaves. That's what they did, or they brought here from their own free will and just.
I understand that you're saying
they were slaves and they had nothing. Because where they came from, they probably had a house,
a
family, a job, but they got taken from that, came forced here to work for people that's gonna beat them, barely feed them, mistreat them.
Question, Javante, how much money would you think would be okay if?
Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think giving each family about $1 million to start off.
No.
I think that's fair compensation.
No.
Because she's debating. Her thing
First of all, you get them $1 million. What are they gonna do with it? What are they gonna do with it?
Find some food to eat.
How long is it gonna last? Is it gonna last them the same amount of years they were slaves?
All right, but think about this.
Or is it gonna be there for like what 2-3 years? Because they're gonna spend it on unnecessary stuff.
Not at all. Because as slaves, they was resourceful. They knew how to build stuff, grow stuff.
So now they have money. They have money, so they're gonna just spend it on.
No, they're not. They're gonna continue investing that money that they get. Yes, they are.
I give you $1 million today. What are you gonna do with it?
He wasn't a slave. Where were you?
I wasn't a slave first. How she's coming from, like, I understand the fact they didn't come here on their own, but they was brought here by other people. But at the end of the day, the thing you got to look at, we can't go back in time and take away what they went through. All we can do is provide something that's going to give them a little comfort to what they went through. How would you feel if somebody beat you up, publicly embarrass you and everything, all over the media and everything, and they just go back, all right, we laughing at you, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't you feel a little better if that person said, you know what, I apologize, what I did was wrong. I went way overboard and that wasn't necessary. Would you feel a little bit better if they acknowledged that what they did was wrong?
I would want to beat them up back.
That would make me want to fight back.
But that's because you're not making a rational decision. In this situation, you got to think rationally, not out of aggression.
So you think everybody's thinking rationally? Nobody's going to be angry about
this?
Of
course there's going to be some anger and bitter.
Everybody's just going to be, oh yeah, we're going to get our little lump sum.
I mean, it's going to be both sides, you feel me? Because if you look at it, you coming from it as a Malcolm X point of view. You're coming at it with, yeah, they did us wrong, so we got to come with the uprising. And I'm coming from it with a Martin Luther King. What, you feel me? You sit down at the table of brotherhood and you tell your part, not tell my part.
And stand outside, and that's what they're going to do. Beat us, hold us down, and throw us in jail. Right. From your peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so, getting a little intense here.
Yep. But I got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
Look at it this way. You say it's not, okay, we can't go about it in a peaceful way or blah, blah, blah. Malcolm X want to get it the violent way, like, yeah, we finna go up fire and we finna do blah, blah, blah. Both of them dudes were shot to death. And they both had different ways of going about it. Malcolm X called Martin Luther King Uncle Tom, and Martin Luther King didn't really go back at him in the way that he did. But at the end of the day, they both had an opinion about something. Even though they had a difference, they both had the same common grounds of things they wanted to achieve, but they just had different methods.
Yeah, except Malcolm X took action.
Took action and died.
And Martin Luther King didn't and died.
So either way, they both lost. But in the long run, you feel me? Look at what we are now. We somewhat freed. We can do somewhat what we want. We're citizens now. We can vote now. We're not on plantations anymore. We don't have people riding around on horses telling us what to do. So at the end of the day, like, you feel me? Somebody had to lose for us to win in the long run.
All right, you're right. That's it. Done.